I got a question because you brought up y'all talked about Bud a little bit earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
I know I seen an interview where you said Bud might be one of your favorite fighters, and it was a fun interview because you touched on what happened when y'all knuckled up in the back alley, like, and these guys on here didn't know anything about that, but can you kind of tell us like what you saw in Bud in that back alley that that none of us really know about, you know?
Bud is a real one. Bud is a real one. That is the stuff. That's how legends are made. You know, that's how legends are made. I've never heard Bud expound on this. I've never heard him speak about it. You ever heard this story? I've never heard him speak about this or anything at all. And let me put a disclaimer on it, Bud. If you hear me talking about this, it's with nothing but respect and love. Bud was cutting up. He was cutting up in a tournament. When I say cutting up, it wasn't like he wasn't in the ring or nothing like that. He was in the crowd or walking through, and he was just being, a tough guy, so to speak. And I was one of the coaches, and I said, "Hey, man, you need to hold that down. Stop, stop with that, kind of stuff." And we used to take international trips. Bud would be on the team, and he would be getting into fights outside of the ring with the other countries. And we'd be like, dude, you can't do that over here. We can't have no international incidents. You can't do that over here. You can't be doing that kind of stuff. So you look up in the stands and this dude's getting ready to fight, and you're like, who is it? Who is it? Let's go break it up. We got to break it up. Hope that it's not none of our Americans, but up here getting it on with a Team USA member. And we're in a hostile environment, from other countries. So he was just, a hot dude when it came to, if you rubbed in the wrong way or disrespecting, he gonna let you know. So that kind of carried over to when I would see him in tournaments. And we was at the Olympic Training Center, and it was a national tournament. And I had to stop him from doing something. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe a little shoving match or something. Again, not nothing with the person he getting ready to fight. Anything, just And I probably said, "Hey, man, you better be cool or stop doing that or whatever it was." And he got mad at me and looked at me and said, "Hey, you don't tell me what to do or whatever," something like that. Maybe I'm not exactly sure. And it just so happened later that night, everybody was gone and everybody had left the place and everything. And I think I was creeping. Yeah. I think I was creeping. It was this gymnast and no, 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 no. Coach, the coach. He was a coach. He was a coach. Anyway, and Bud was creeping.
You messing
And
up legs.
pretty much, I came down like it was a college, but there was some parts of it. If you walked through it, it seemed like it was an alley and it was dark. And I came down, and Bud came down, and we were both coming towards each other. And as I recall it in my mind, it was like two gunfighters walking up on each other, you know. And we came to each other like, we just came to each other like this, right? And then when we got right to each other, we looked at each other real hard, you know. And I, sitting here right now, I'm gonna just say that from my standpoint right now, I'm flat out wrong. I was just flat out wrong. I should have went 5 or 6 steps the other way and just went on about my business. But I'm a pretty messed up person when it comes to somebody challenging me. So we looking at each other face to face in this dark alley. Nobody's here, right? And I've always enjoyed moments like that. I look forward to situations like that. I don't have to get paid. I'll do it for free. And I'm looking at dude, and then that's when I realized he ain't backing down. He ain't blinking. He ain't cracking. He ain't flinching. Nothing. And he looking at me just like this. Oh, you know. And we was looking at each other right here like this, face to face. And then we just kind of circled each other a little bit to continue on where we going. And then we both looked at each other as we was walking by and just kept looking at each other down the highway. And I said, damn, that dude is for real. Because when you catch somebody one-on-one, that's when you find out who they really are, you know. And I knew who I really was, you know, because shit, I done made it this far, you know. And I got the scars to show here from the popos, the bullet holes. I got all of that. And I know, you know, it's only by the grace of God. But this kid was staring me right in my face. He was not budging, not backing down. So, yeah, that would be a hell of a fight. That would be an exciting fight. It would be a historical fight. It's the thing, like I said, that situation right there. Um, that is the legend of Bud. That dude is for real.